I guess the words I would use to describe Paul King are jovial, hilarious, collaborative, kind. He was just, very enthusiastic about the project in front of him and trying to do everything he could to get it to his vision. To take on a character as iconic as this one, that's revered in culture like this, to do it with a story that's outside the bounds of Roald Dahl's original material. So to have Paul and Simon Farnaby, who he wrote the script with, he also wrote Paddington with, helming that, these big dance numbers, to have him checking in with the enthusiasm that the performance in the film was going great, not from the perspective of a critic or a critical audience, but from the perspective of really trying to bring more joy into the world. That was a great guiding light. I'm really, really proud of Kayla, who played Noodle. It's a huge endeavor to be on a project this young. I was working as an actor this young, but not on things this long, maybe a day or two there, here or there, and I thought it was destabilizing enough. And so very proud of Kayla. She really has her head on her shoulders. She's a fantastic actress. She didn't drag her feet ever. She was happy to be there. A big shout out to her mother, Tracy Lane. You just kind of smile when you see a parent with a kid in show business that's good and taking care of them. And I hope got to be, a part of her feeling comfortable on set, for 4, 5, 6 months, 7, and she always brought a great spirit. And you know, a big shout out to Shania too, who's her body double. She was 13. But they really hit it off. It was sweet. These days where we did have a lot of kids around, I think it does bring a sincerity and an earnestness and a joy, especially when you're wearing the purple coat and you see the way people are reacting. And that was great. Yeah, it was just a lot of training, a lot of singing, a lot of vocal training with our head of the music department, James Taylor, not the James Taylor, our British James Taylor, and a lot of dance training with Chris Catelli, a fellow New Yorker, fantastic choreographer who's in England still right now on a different project. Um, and repetition, 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 which was smart because then the physical stamina by the time the movie started was there. Lindy Hemming closely designed the Joker costume with Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. That was the film at 12 years old that made me want to act. Just like, man, I want to be a part of that, whatever that is. And she was very collaborative. And when you're lucky enough to work with these masters of craft like Lindy Hemming or Nathan, uh, to that point, the production designer, that are of a certain age where they've been doing it long enough and their hunger stays the same, their enthusiasm stays the same. As a young actor, as a young artist, not even actor, as an artist, because I think if you were music, it'd be the same thing. That's the sweet spot. This is a joyous movie. This is about bringing a light into a world that is in desperate need of it. At least that's how I read it. It is to bring joy into the world. It is to encourage dreaming. It is to encourage the dreamers to continue dreaming. It's to encourage declaring yourself as you are, who you are, without shame. It's to declare that to share in kindness and enthusiasm is, to paint a way forward, not only for yourself, but for those around you. It's about community. It's about community surviving in spaces of erosion. And it's about light and love.